SML has been targeted by cancel culture for years, from harsh accusations and claims of inappropriate content being targeted towards children. It seems like almost everyone's had a go at taking him down, but how many of these attempts were actually justified? And did any of them actually succeed in silencing SML? Well, we're about to find out by diving deep into every major attempt to cancel SML, starting with a YouTuber who called out his most iconic character, Jeffy. But be warned, what you're about to hear might change how you view SML forever. Our journey through SML's cancellation attempts starts with a YouTuber named LSMark. He's not exactly a household name, but he's carved out a niche for himself in the YouTube commentary space, offering his often harsh critiques of different creators and internet trends. Now, unlike some of the other folks who've tried to take down SML that we're going to talk about later, LSMark doesn't seem to have any personal vendetta against him. It's more like he's just really not a fan of his content. In his video titled My Problems with Super Mario Logan, Mark doesn't hold back. He rips into SML's videos, calling them out for being childish, repetitive, and full of stereotypes. He even says, and I quote,
"I don't know why people love this character so much because I cannot fucking stand him."
Mark goes on to dissect specific examples of Jeffy's behavior, highlighting moments he finds particularly offensive or cringeworthy. He argues that the character relies on tired tropes and promotes negative stereotypes, contributing to a brand of humor that he finds distasteful. But it's not just Jeffy who gets put on blast. Mark also goes after the whole style of SML's content, arguing that it's formulaic and predictable. He suggests that SML has fallen into a pattern of churning out videos that cater to the lowest common denominator, sacrificing creativity and originality for easy views and ad revenue. He even speculates that Logan himself might be tired of making the same type of content, but feels obligated to continue due to the financial success it brings, which, to be fair, raises an interesting question about the pressure creators face to maintain a certain style even when their passion might be waning. Now, SML hasn't directly responded to LSMark's specific critiques. However, he has addressed similar complaints about his content being inappropriate, especially when his channel got hit with some demonetization a while back. Back then, a bunch of folks were up in arms about some of the more adult themes that popped up in his videos, like nooses and other stuff that probably isn't the best for younger kids to be watching. This led to a wave of complaints and ultimately resulted in YouTube taking action against SML's channel. Logan's defense? Simple. He claims his content is rated for ages 14 and up, which, let's be honest, isn't the best defense when you consider how many kids are watching his videos. He argued that he shouldn't be held responsible for parents failing to monitor their children's viewing habits. To be fair to SML, I don't think Family Guy or South Park has faced this level of cancellation before. When a majority of their audience is also under the age of 17, parents should be in charge of these sorts of decisions. So, what was the result of LSMark's attempted takedown? Well, it seems like it was a bit of a swing and a miss. He got some attention within the commentary community, didn't really cause any lasting damage to SML. LSMark himself even admits this at the end of his video, saying,
"There's nothing we can do about it."
It seems like, at least for now, SML's gonna keep on churning out those videos, racking up views from his awesome audience. So LSMark's attempt to cancel SML was pretty tame. It didn't really amount to much, and Logan's channel continued to thrive. But the next person we're going to talk about took things to a whole other level. This time, the cancellation attempt came from Nintendo. We're not talking about some random YouTuber with a grudge. This is the company that owns Mario, Luigi, Peach, and all of the characters that appear in Logan's videos. And they were not happy with how Logan was using their characters in his videos. See, Nintendo is all about being family friendly. You know, good clean fun for everyone. And while most companies don't care when YouTubers use their characters in their videos, Nintendo is obsessed with keeping a squeaky clean image of their IP. They are the only known gaming company to strike down YouTubers' videos for representing their games or characters wrong. No other video game publisher has done that before because they understand it makes them more money. Things got serious when Nintendo sent Logan a cease and desist letter. That's basically a legal document that says, cut it out or we're coming for you in court. And they weren't bluffing. If you check out a video from Logan, you can see parts of the letter, and it's pretty intense. Nintendo straight up called out Logan's humor, saying it was full of stereotypes and ableism. They were not messing around. Now, Logan couldn't just ignore this like he did with that other YouTuber. Nintendo is a massive company with a whole army of lawyers, so he had to listen up. He had to make some big changes to his videos, like renaming characters, getting rid of the Nintendo plushies, and even starting a whole new channel. This was a huge upheaval for SML. But the biggest blow came when Nintendo forced Logan to delete his old channels. We're talking about channels with millions of subscribers, years of SML content, just gone. It was like a huge chunk of SML history was wiped from the internet. Imagine every single photo you took in the last 10 years that you have to remember all of your memories was just completely erased from your computer and phone. That's what happened to Logan. You can even see Logan physically hitting the button to delete his channel in the aftermath in his video he posted on his personal channel. It's pretty crazy to think about all those videos just disappearing into a void. Logan was able to keep making videos, but he had to switch to using human puppets instead of the plushies. It was a forced rebranding, a court-ordered change that really shook things up for SML. The channel was never quite the same after that. This whole situation with the Nintendo shows just how much power big companies have, especially when it comes to protecting their intellectual property. Even if you're a popular YouTuber with a huge following, you can't just use their characters however you want. They'll come after you, and they'll win. It's a lesson that Logan learned the hard way, and it's something that all creators need to be aware of. Like it or not, copyright law can ruin your life. Alright, so we've seen a YouTuber take a swing at SML. We've seen Nintendo drop the hammer. But this next one comes from a whole different beast. Middle-aged white moms with nothing better to do with their time, aka the mainstream media. Good Morning America, one of the biggest morning news shows in the US, decided to put Logan and his videos on blast. And let's be real, when a media giant like that comes after you, it can feel like the whole world just turns on you. Good Morning America did a whole segment about inappropriate content on YouTube, and guess who they chose as their poster child for bad behavior? Yep, SML. They were basically saying Logan's videos were too wild for kids, and they were using some pretty strong language to make their point. They showed clips of SML videos with all the controversial stuff, from swearing, some jokes that could be seen as offensive, and yeah, maybe a bit of violence. But come on, haven't we all seen cartoons of that kind of stuff? It's not like SML's inventing something new here. They even interviewed some kids who admitted to watching SML, even though they knew it wasn't exactly age appropriate. But honestly, whose fault is that? Kids are going to be kids, and they're going to try to watch things they're not supposed to. It's up to the parents to keep an eye on what their kids are doing online, not the YouTubers. And then they brought in this group called Common Sense Media, which is basically a bunch of parents who decide what's okay for kids to watch. They called SML a nightmare for parents and said it was only for people 17 and older. But let's be real, a lot of kids watch stuff that's technically not for their age group. It's called being a kid. If you really want to stop it, you gotta be a stricter parent. Logan defended himself, saying that his newer videos were way cleaner than his old stuff, that he was trying to make content for a wider audience. He even admitted that some of his older videos might have been a bit much, but he was learning and growing as a creator. And he had made a good point. It's ultimately the parents' responsibility to make sure their kids are watching age-appropriate content. This whole Good Morning America thing definitely got people talking, and it probably made some parents more cautious about SML. But honestly, it felt a bit like they were trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. SML is a comedy channel, and sometimes comedy pushes boundaries. It's not like Logan was out there trying to hurt anyone. And in the end, it doesn't seem like the Good Morning America segment really did much damage to SML. Yeah, he lost some ad revenue because YouTube got all strict about age restrictions and demonetizations, but he's still making videos, and his fans are still there for him. It just goes to show that sometimes, even when the mainstream media tries to take you down, you can still come out on top. So, did Good Morning America have you worried that we were going to lose SML forever? Let me know in the comments if you were freaking out back then. Hey, if you're a die-hard SML fan like me, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of Logan and his crazy characters. If you want even more SML theories and breakdowns, check out my playlist on screen now for some of my best SML theory videos out there.